SCP-2094 is called Motormouth. The thumbnail by the rubber is a little disturbing, a very, very enlarged mouth. We're gonna get into this one, guys. Again, it's by the rubber. Make sure to subscribe to him. Subscribe to me if you like reaction videos, and let's get into this one.
Hello everybody, I'm the Rubber.
Hey, Rubber.
Today we bring you a SCP Foundation Euclid class object, SCP-2094. SCP-2094,
So is this
also
guy,
known
like
as
too.
Motormouth, which takes the form of a European male in his 40s as of the current year.
Right.
There are several tattoos that depict circus motifs across his upper body.
Okay.
He speaks English, and more specifically in a New York accent.
All right.
He is also very proficient in juggling.
There we go.
All these sound very normal, just
Right.
like any human being
So
you would
what's
bump
the
into
anomalous
on your way to do
properties?
groceries. Until he stretches his jaw and pulls his facial muscles
Oh.
in any direction for up until 2 meters.
Oh!
You might squirm at the imagination of performing such a feat
course.
yourself. The pain, the horror. But for 2094, it's just as painless as breathing.
Wow.
This is because 2094 is the subject of an anomaly originating within its oral cavity, which
Weird.
allows it to redirect any physical matter that enters its mouth to an extra-dimensional organ. As there are
Excuse
no
me?
limit to how much 2094 can store within himself, you'd be surprised
Wow.
what the Foundation has found hidden in his mouth. From things as small as a lighter to things as huge as entire,
Oh,
fully functional sports
what?
cars. Additionally, all these items don't weigh
That's
down 2094 at all.
Because
Why
it's
can't our
extra-dimensional.
clothes have pockets like that?
Right.
Just in case you're wondering, why is 2094 called Motormouth?
Yeah,
That's
he
because
talks a lot
he
too?
talks a lot.
Oh, wow.
So anyway, hear me out. I've got this fantastic idea for the circus. So what I want you and what other people to do is to just pull my mouth and stretch it so wide and then let the car— I swear, I'm gonna vomit a swarm of bees all over your face if you don't stop that motor mouth of yours. Aw, gee, my bad. I guess I talk a little too much, but hey, I really like the sound of that. Motormouth. Motormouth. Oh, what would my name be without you now? So anyway, what you guys will do is to stretch my mouth wide enough. Won't you shut up?
Apparently not.
He also performed tricks where a huge motorcycle went flying over a ramp and sailed
And
into
he
his
caught
mouth.
it in his mouth,
What a
yeah?
fitting trick for his name. As for his containment procedure, well, he stays in a room of one of the Foundation facilities.
Sure.
He's taken care for and given certain luxury items under the supervision of the Foundation personnel.
All right.
He wasn't captured, and he didn't really surrender himself to the Foundation either. So how did he end up here?
Okay.
He was sent to the Foundation by his family. Well, not his
Wow.
actual family, but his
circus family?
from the Circus of Disquieting.
Oh,
As
he's
a
from
kid,
the Circus of
2094
Disquieting.
was born and raised in a broken family.
Interesting.
His father left them before he was born. Unlike 2094,
Bruh.
his mother was just a normal human, and
Background
she
reminds me
hated
of
him.
one London.
After she noticed that 2094 could perform the inhuman act of pulling his mouth wide open
Jeez.
like a monster child
Can
who would
you
swallow
imagine
an adult
having a
whole,
kid that
she
can do
locked
that?
him up at home for fear that he would consume another human being should he be
Another?
allowed to the outside world.
Oh, like
In
I see,
return,
he did it already, I
2094
thought.
hated his mother with a passion. He would utilize his inborn ability to torment her. Sometimes he would sneak out and bring back woodland creatures such as snakes and spiders in his mouth and unleash them in the house.
Wow.
Additionally, although timid, 2094 was cunning.
Yeah.
Utilizing his childish innocence look, he would walk up to his mother with one of those adorable 8-year-old smiles and then spit up a couple dozen rats onto his mother's
Wow.
lap. Until
Sounds
one
like a
night,
very
when
healthy
2094's mother was sleeping, a man with an upside-down face appeared at his window.
Ah,
He would later
it's
be
the,
known
the
as
circus
Manny.
guy, Manny. Yeah.
Freaks like me and you don't belong being cooped up in boxes.
I
He
I
said
did
with a
Circus
smile
Circus
from
of
ear to
Disquieting
ear.
before.
We
I
belong
reacted to
out
it.
in the world,
It's from,
sharing our
SCP
gifts,
Explained.
making people laugh and scream and puke.
And puke.
Instead of being afraid at the sight of the man's horrifying upside-down face, 2094 was excited because he had finally found someone else weirder than
Right.
him, if not just as weird.
I mean, an
Come
upside down
with
face
me
is pretty dang
to
weird.
a place where you'll be loved by hundreds, where you'll be a star, where you'll have a real family.
That's gonna drop
said
you off
Manny.
at the Foundation eventually.
And so 2094 joined the circus, where he learned that there are other unusual characters just like him.
Right.
And finally, he received love that his real family never gave.
Oh.
But soon, as time went on, 2094 noticed something wasn't quite right with the kids that were brought into the circus. He thought they were just the usual kids rescued by Manny from
No,
broken
that's with
families,
the black cotton
just like he
candy
was.
and stuff.
Something in his guts made him feel uneasy, but he couldn't quite tell what
There's
it was.
bad stuff
Until
going
one
on.
day when he met a new member of the circus, a little girl who could fall into pieces and then put herself back up
That's
again.
crazy.
2094 was teaching the girl how to juggle, and suddenly she broke down and started crying, saying she wanted to go home.
Right.
At that moment, that was when he knew that deep down, what he feared and hoped that it was just his own imagination was true. Manny has been taking kids against their will.
Right.
And so 2094 confronted Manny. "This isn't how we do things anymore, Manny. We don't abduct kids," said 2094, hoping to change his way. But all he received was a harsh slap across the face.
Manny!
"I'm just doing what's necessary to keep the circus alive. It's on the verge of collapse. Can't you see?"
Well, it's
Defeated, angry, 2094
That's what
knew
evil
he had to
gets you,
do
is karma,
something
bruh.
about this. He must save the girl. Using the only way he knew how, he hid the girl inside his mouth and sneaked her
Wow.
back to her home through the kaleidoscope, a portal in the circus that allows people or things to pass through to any destination. And finally, the girl was saved. A small victory for 2094 and the
Right.
integrity of the circus.
But
When Manny found out what 2094 did, he furiously accused him of betraying the circus, his family. Manny gathered the members of the circus around and locked 2094 into a car trunk, which was
and
soon
that's where
recovered by the
they
Foundation
dropped
team.
him to the Foundation.
2094 had stayed in the containment facility ever since. But still,
At
something
least
from
he's
the
a
past
good
troubled
person,
him.
you
The
know?
following is the footage of what happened as he woke up abruptly one night.
Okay.
He started to leap from his bed and began knocking his head violently against the wall.
Excuse me?
"Stop it! Don't, please, don't take anything!" he screamed.
It's got
He clutched at his head tightly as he was
Some
seemingly tortured by
PTSD.
the memories of his past. He screamed again, and this time he mentioned a name. "It's all I have now, Manny! It's all I have!"
Oh, okay.
Later, when he was asked by the Foundation
So he's
interviewer,
still-
he couldn't remember what had tormented him during that nightmarish fit and fallen into a period of depression.
So he doesn't
He
remember
had
the
lost
circus?
parts of his memories regarding the events that led up to him being locked in the trunk by Manny. Perhaps there was something more to it than a mere scuffle between them. Over time, as he regained his usual
These things-
cheerful mood and playful demeanor, he told the interviewer that he has also regained parts of his memory,
All right.
but wouldn't say anything about them, except that they are things that he wished he could forget.
Stuff
Remember
that
to
happened
check
in the
out my new
circus, man. Stuff that happened in the circus was what happened. It wasn't really PTSD. I'm assuming that they did something to him to maybe wipe his memories. I don't know. Weird. That whole circus thing is strange because we reacted to it a little while back. But this one was pretty good. Interesting talent for sure. Definitely worthy of the circus. Guys, subscribe to the Rubber. Subscribe to me if you like reaction videos too. Thanks so much for watching. As always, this is Zueljin signing off. We'll see you next time.